30. Oh boy, Carla is the light of the party. So I'm wearing my souvenir shirt for this year. Whiskey, the
Nice.
show that the glue that held this 2020 shit show together. and Krista will be wearing hers, but it says wine on it instead.
Do I
Okay.
have to go get my Christmas lights? Look at you guys.
You were warned to do something to make it look festive.
I've worn my Christmas pearls.
Okay, good.
They're not lighting up, yeah. But I never wear them, so I thought, okay, dress up.
We're not judging anybody.
Okay.
And you like Beth's background. She has that's her real living room. Not.
Ready. Sandy, I like your hat. Uh-oh, you're on mute.
Thank you. Yeah. And this
How
is
are
my
you?
background here. So
Yeah.
I was wondering why Beth was ignoring me. Your tree is beautiful. I love your tree.
Oh, thank you. It is gorgeous. Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, Pete.
How you doing?
Good. Yeah, how's the snow back there?
It melted yesterday.
Oh, well, that's good.
It melted, but it's still like 19 degrees tonight.
How do you deal with the cold?
I stay inside.
Where are you? If you don't mind
I'm
my
in
asking.
Baltimore County, just outside the city, outside of Baltimore.
Back east, big storm.
Yeah, but we're just, Baltimore's just almost a southern town. It's just enough south that Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania got it a lot worse. We got it looked really pretty for a minute and I couldn't get it. And you can't go anyplace anyway, so.
Hey. Yeah, we don't
How did you
have
end
to
up
go
back there, Pete?
Pardon me?
How did you end up back there?
I've been doing clinics back here for about 7 years, and I had some clients back here, and I'd been in Germany visiting my kid, and I went back to California, and Amanda and I decided it wasn't really worth living in California we just got tired of the heat, to tell you the truth, the heat, the congestion, and I already had kind of a client base here. So we just said, screw it, put the house up for sale and sold it in like 5 minutes and came back here. And compared to what real estate is in California, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah. That's how I ended up in Texas.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's amazing.
Were you able to buy up from what you had out in California to nicer digs back in Baltimore?
God, yeah, man. The house we had in California, it was just a nice house, but up against the foothills in just east of Pasadena. But those properties are like insanely inflated. So we got a lot more than what we should have. And we ended up here with it's like 2.5 acres, but it's in town.
Why the hell ain't I got no voice?
You got voice, Janet.
Yeah.
Hi.
Don't curse, Janet. We can hear you.
And
I'm sitting here going, damn it, I got the pictures, but I don't have the voice.
And
That's like
Sandy
being
needs to unmute himself too.
Yeah, Sandy needs to unmute.
He's probably having gastric disorders or just doesn't want us to hear anything.
I've been on so many business calls. Your natural tendency is to mute yourself when you're not talking. So
Right. And that's what I had done is I muted myself on the last thing. And so I thought, this is weird. But
Well,
so
Pete, tell us about your house again. You didn't finish.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It's just that you can get a lot more here than you can in California. We ended up with a nice little it's an old stone house.
Ooh.
on with you know, a little bit of property, and there's a creek that runs through it that with a bridge over it to get to the street. So we have a 175 yard long driveway that I've had to shovel a couple of times.
Oh, no.
No
I
way.
spent a little time back there. My son went to school at, what do you call it? The college there, the art school in Baltimore. It's a pretty interesting.
Oh, Peabody? Was it Peabody?
No, yeah. Come on, Bruce, what's the state? Maryland Institute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know it. Yeah.
Have another
So
drink, Bruce.
What?
Have another drink.
You know what you got to take a look at what I'm drinking, Steve. You're not going to believe it. It's a 0 alcohol Heineken.
Okay.
Really?
What's
I mean,
wrong?
why bother?
Well, I like the taste of it, you know?
I didn't know that thing.
Oh,
I
so
didn't either. Sam's Club was selling it.
Bruce, someone asked about your mom who lives in your mom's neighborhood. I just want to remember to ask you.
Okay.
How is she?
Oh, she's doing really well.
She's here, right? In Washington.
Yeah, she's in Port Orchard.
Yeah.
And she's making a very game effort at liking the temperature there. My mom lived in Riverside for 88 years for everybody else.
Oh,
Wow.
Her
Wow.
whole life.
it's an adjustment, huh, Vicki?
It wasn't bad. I love the coolness.
Well, I love the cool and I've gotten used to that, but it's still the rain after a couple months still bothers me.
Oh, I'm not tired of it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good thing.
When I listen to people in Riverside talking about how hot it is, I think, oh no, shut up. Don't complain about anything.
Yes. Yes,
So-
we forget.
Yeah.
So in winter, do you have like lots of bright lights to make you think that it's brighter than it is when it's
You
raining?
mean like this one?
Oh, yeah.
I've got one too.
Like this? Yeah.
Sad lights, they call them.
Oh,
Oh, dark and dark, really dark.
Yeah. Dark and darker.
Yeah.
so that makes you feel like you're in a much brighter climate then?
Well, I can see more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so bright.
Yeah, you got to turn them on at 4 because that's when the sun goes down too. Right?
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
God, yeah. Looked out the window the other day. It was like 4:15 and I go, it's jet black at 4:15. This is unreal. I could start my stalking earlier, because I used to have to wait in California till it got dark.
Oh,
Ralph,
man.
what was that?
Go now.
Nothing.
Ralph,
Lived in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Okay.
Washington.
I was in Portland until 4.5 years ago, and I got tired of the rain and the cloudiness. So I moved to Flagstaff, where it's still cool, but with sunshine.
So Ralph, I live in Flagstaff. I've been here for 34 years, 38 years, excuse me.
Wow.
Wow.
Neighbors, actually, really close.
Yeah.
You live here in Flag?
I've been here for 38 years, yeah.
So funny.
Exchange phone numbers or emails with each other. You can use a chat to do that.
You're probably 5 blocks apart from each other.
Really? How
I can see
cool.
it through your window.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You go out to the front door and wave.
That's a good, I'm really happy here, Bruce. I wanted it after, I worked in the Coachella Valley for 17 years. And I was so sick of the heat. I went to Portland. Then I got kind of tired of the rain and cloudiness and said, I still want cool, but where is there sunshine and cool? And then Flag fit the bill.
Yeah, I was about 100 miles north of Portland when I moved here. So, I know what you're talking about.
well, I still miss Monterey where it's the same year round.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most temperate climate there is, rarely drops below Rarely drops to low 40 and rarely rises above 65. I did get tired of it being cold all the time, but oh,
Beautiful
go
place.
inland.
Yeah.
Carla, I like your hat.
You still in
Yeah.
Riverside, Carl?
I am. I got the hat from CERT, the Community Emergency Response Team. I manned the barricades at the Mission Inn when they lit up the lights, and they passed these out to us.
That's
Sweet.
So
fantastic.
that was cool. I haven't done that for a couple of years, but I'm surprised it still worked.
Sandy, where are
I
you?
thought,
Outside of San Diego,
Nice.
Escondido is where I live, and
Beautiful area.
yeah, it's pretty here. And our two grandsons and our sons, both of our sons live here in San Diego, so we're all right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not that far from going to the beach. Like if it's really hot inland, you don't have to drive that far to get to cooler weather.
Right.
No, about a half hour.
well, Ralph, I thought you were in New Zealand.
Oh, that's Fred.
Fred Herring.
Red herring, Ralph.
He might join us. I had actually put the wrong time of day because I didn't convert when we switched back to standard time and he went to daylight time. So right now it's let's see, it's 2:15 p.m. in New Zealand.
What year?
What year? Tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Hey,
Unfortunately, still 2020.
Yeah. Not for long.
Oh,
Oh,
please.
thank
Oh Lord,
God.
please, yes. Raise your hand if you're ready for this year to be over.
oh,
Isn't it?
Both hands, yes.
Please.
I haven't yet
Stop.
caught any of the retrospective news programs or shows. Has anybody seen any of the ones that look back on 2020?
Yes.
Or they're
Very sad.
waiting for it to really be over before they do it because we still have 3 days. So before.
I'm not
Very
crazy.
depressing.
Maybe we need to get our drink now, huh?
I was going to say I should probably get a big drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never come prepared, I don't know if it's drinking or not.
Well, what's funny is I was just on the phone with Bill Thompson from our group.
Birthday boy.
It's his birthday boy. Yeah. So I called him to wish him a happy birthday. And I said, oh my God, I got the Zoom. I got to go. He probably thought, what the hell?
Tell him to get his butt on here.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. He is he's like my brother Paul. They're kind of technically challenged. It's a nice way of saying it. I might be wrong. Maybe he would be able to, but I didn't even try to explain it.
Is that why he moved to Appalachia? In Tennessee or something like that?
Tennessee. He lives in Tennessee with his mama.
See,
But he's being a good boy. He's taking care of his mom, and she's 85 years old now.
Oh my
That's
God.
young.
She's a sweetheart. She used to be the nurse at Ramona High School. I don't know if any of you ever went to the nurse, but that
Really?
was Bill's mom.
Wow.
aw.
Go back.
I'm sure we all ended up there at one point.
Oh yeah, God.
I forged your name a lot of times.
But you did?
I must say, I would say, please excuse Pete from 8 o'clock swimming, signed the school nurse.
Oh, my God.
Nice trick.
Just the one class?
Didn't work.
Oh,
Didn't
Well,
work.
but Pete, you switched from basketball to music, right? Pretty much. Where'd you make that transition?
At Ramona, I actually had had to get a district transfer to go to Ramona from Poly. And I played for both Ramona and Poly in summer league before 10th grade. And by the time I got to Ramona, the only way I could do it is for Ben to get me signed up for the music classes that weren't offered at Poly. And that's how I got my transfer. But then by the time school started, Williams, who was the basketball coach that I dug, had become athletic director, and Doug Stockton became the basketball coach. And he and I didn't like each other.
Ah.
I quit playing ball, and I didn't want to have anything to do with the music department. but I had to keep my district transfer, and I ended up in Madrigal Singers. And I mean, you remember that audition? That audition was insane. We had to do that Deck the Halls thing. And it was crazy. And the next day, my name's on the list, and you know, that ended my life as I knew it.
At least you got into concert choir. I didn't get into concert choir that first semester, so I was already booked up. I was like, I just tried out for madrigals for a lark, and I had to change my schedule, but I couldn't change it for both choir and madrigals.
Yeah, I had both, and then Ben left, and then I ended up following him to Citrus.
Yeah.
And then he and I got real like that, and I ended up just going on the road and traveling with rock and roll bands.
Wow.
And leading a life of iniquity.
Who said that? They must know the truth, right? Bruce?
Yeah, you guys know what happens.
So, do you regret that iniquity?
No, not at all. My kid actually, the basketball thing skipped a generation. So my older kid ended up playing ball at Niagara, and then he played pro ball in Europe for 10 years, and now he's a head coach in Germany.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's impressive.
I used to go to Europe like every year to watch him play and then to watch him coach, and now you can't go. So
Yeah.
Oh,
they're still playing games, but they're playing to empty arenas because of the
Wow.
big.
That's cool though.
In
It's a
time,
cool-
you'll be back.
Oh yeah.
You'll be able to go back.
Yep.
So here in New Mexico, we were able to put our names on a list with the state health department for them to notify us when, based upon our age and occupation, all that kind of stuff, we'll be eligible for the vaccine here. So it's like, I'm waiting for my mother-in-law who lives in the guest house next door to us. I put her name in because she's 81, so she'll be in the next round after they do everybody else. But it's like at our age, we're like I think the third or fourth group probably that's gonna be eligible for it.
So
we're after the prisoners and the people in jail are going to get it before us.
Oh, well, the people in Congress got it before us. They should.
Oh yeah, they should be the last. Get me
Well,
going.
the Congress, what the excuse there was for continuity of government. They made them available to everyone in Congress and a certain level of administration people, just in case people started dying of COVID, there would still be people to run the government. But I don't know that they need to let everybody there. So
Wouldn't be enough.
The list is a great idea. I wish they would do that in California.
Yeah, because each state is responsible for coming up with their
method,
and how it's distributed. So yeah.
No, that's a great idea.
I called the county on Friday, and they said, "Yeah, call us back in January. We might have a plan formed by then."
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, have we lost anybody to the COVID-19?
Not that I'm aware of. But then I haven't been probing the database or the list to see, and I haven't gotten any email bounces that I'm aware of that are due to a death. But a lot of times when I send out invitations in the mail for a reunion, usually I'll get 3 or 4 back in the mail that are marked deceased. By the post office because they've been informed, or whoever lived in the house there with them will write on it or write a note to me saying that this person's died. So no, I haven't looked lately. We're a little bit shy of 150 out of the 1,185 names or so that we have for our class. I'm sure there are a lot more. I'm sure there are more I've missed, but yeah, I have not heard of anybody with COVID getting it.
That's good.
Yep. I do my outdoor stuff, take the dogs for a walk, don't wear a mask when I do that. When I go shopping to get groceries for my mother-in-law or other stuff, wear the mask, avoid people.
Wear the mask.
So how many people had their, or maybe just go through and see how you celebrated Christmas this year and how it was different than you've done in previous years. Anybody, just take a turn. Raise your hand and then speak.
Okay, I
All
will.
at once.
It's just like being in school.
Well,
I'll talk.
go ahead, Beth.
Okay. This is the first time that I have had Christmas with just my husband and myself and my 2 daughters. Usually it's with my whole family, and I'm the oldest of 6 kids. So you can imagine what that's like. So it was really nice, actually. We loved it and we really enjoyed it.
Cool. It looks, I can't get over how beautiful it looks. That tree, I just love it. Red and
Gorgeous.
white.
And you would also love the fact that it's covered with spode ornaments. You know,
Oh my gosh. Oh.
With what?
I have a whole collection of the Christmas spode, and all the ornaments are the English Christmas spode on that tree.
I don't know what that is.
Do they
Christmas tree.
Christmas?
Well,
do
here,
they
let me,
issue a new one every year?
How do you
Like-
spell it?
CHIS.
spode.
Well, Christmas what? I can spell Christmas. I don't know what the other word is.
It's SPODE.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
English China. So do they issue a new ornament every year, Beth, or are these just ones that you've collected?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been collecting them now for a few years, of course. I'm quite the collector. And I have quite a few now, but I'm still collecting. So I was going to try to see if I could find a picture for you, Carla, of the spode. I'm sure I have one on
Well,
here.
I will Google it.
So that do they have like different ones that they make every year, or are they all that classic, the Christmas tree from the China?
Oh, you can't see my phone, can you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Closer to the lens.
Turn it to the right.
Other way. There you go.
Yeah, like that.
To the right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll Google it. Because that's like this big.
It's been around. It's been around since like the 30s.
I'll keep
house.
I'll keep my eye out when I'm junking and antiquing.
Oh, please do. I love the old ones.
Yeah.
My house will be 100 years old in about 6 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
Down by Fairmount Park.
Yes, it's a glorious brick. Oh, it's beautiful. Was it English Tudor style?
That's yeah, Tudor revival. Yeah, all brick. That's why I don't get reception.
Oh.
You have to have like a satellite phone to get reception.
Well, I did look into the mesh system, but see, that doesn't help me because my house is all one level. So it's too spread out for the mesh system to work.
Well,
Anybody else have a change of plans for Christmas? I mean, we did Zoom with my my son who lives less than a mile away, and my daughter's visiting family out in Riverside. So we got them all together. Pete, what'd you have?
Oh, nothing. It was another day, wasn't it? You know, I mean, we got together with, I've got a couple of clients that live close by that have a recording studio down in Baltimore. And we went over to their house and sat in the front yard around a fire with masks on and drank heavily in public.
Good.
And then I went and saw my mom. My mom moved out here with us. She's 91. She lives like maybe a couple of miles away. She's, in great shape, walks a couple of miles a day. And so we spent a couple of hours together, but, it's a drag that you can't, I mean, this is as many people as I've seen in one place since last February. I've been doing all my teaching and stuff virtually, and it's getting old, man. It's getting real old.
Yeah.
We can hang on.
But I got to say that this is the longest I've ever been without any kind of like cold or sniffles or sneezes or anything, because it just goes to show you that you get that shit from everybody that you're around.
Yeah.
So I think I
Especially
might.
little kids. Especially little kids.
Oh, yeah.
They're deadly.
So I might just, stay right in this chair for the, ride it out for the next 25 years.
Well, Sandy, you were saying that you've been doing a lot of business, doing your work, Zoom as well, right? Are you getting tired of it?
Absolutely, but I retired in July. But prior to that, I was very active in my position and stuff like that. And we had Zoom calls every hour, just about. And because we closed the office down, basically work remotely, and so you get used to it, but you learn to have certain skills basically to make sure that you can mute everybody or just individually and stuff like that, so there's no interference as people are talking. But it's a different year. But now I retired in July, so I feel very lucky to have been able to do that.
Now you just do it for fun, right? Like this.
Yeah, now I do it. This was the first time I've done it for a long time.
Yeah. Roseanna, good to see you.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah.
So let's see, I'm trying to.
Mary.
Very.
Hi, Carla.
Hi.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna rename people, and unfortunately for women, I'm also gonna put your maiden name so that guys know who you are. So.
Okay.
So yeah. What did you join us? What'd you join us for before, Roseanna? Was it wasn't the?
It was I think it was the 50th, wasn't it? Did we do? Yeah, earlier.
October.
What?
In October.
I think it was. Yeah.
I don't remember what date we were planning to have the reunion then. Anyway.
Right. That's
That's been so long ago.
I know.
100 years.
As my son said, and others have joked about, like this is this year is the longest decade we've ever lived through.
Yeah.
I have to say though, for myself, that it's been good to just really slow down. And I didn't have my practice for probably about 2 months, and then slowly started using protocol that's, good, and just only seeing 2 people a day, 2 days a week. And then I'm also working part-time at the Wild Birds Unlimited. And that was only curbside delivery for a while. So I was just working in the back. And it's actually been quite nice. I've been doing even a lot more hiking. So, and learning jigsaw puzzling.
Popular.
And I've loved it. It's great.
So are you in a group that swaps jigsaw puzzles? Because I've seen lately that there's some groups where people are swapping puzzles, so you don't have to buy every puzzle. You can.
I would love to do that. I'm in the beginning stages with a 300-piece puzzle. I'm not doing one of those big ones.
Not
you need a big dining room table to do that. I've just got a card table.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're better than me. My girlfriend, Pat, sent me a puzzle. And I worked on the frame for months. And finally I said, this just isn't me. I'm just not a puzzle person.
Well, I chose puzzles specifically. Let me show you the one I got.
I love that one, Pat, that you sent me.
This one
is
really fun to work. So you've got, there's a lot of things to look for in it. And I've gotten all 50s themed puzzles. like mother in the kitchen making cookies and all the kids and all that sort of stuff. So it's really fun. And I only work a little bit at a time, you know, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I get up and do something else. So
I tried 5 minutes. That was it. Short term.
Oh, come on, Janet, I'm counting on you.
I have no patience. I thought, oh my God, and this was an easy one, according to Patty.
You have to sit still for a few minutes.
I know. I'm going to go back to it someday. I really am.
Well, it's good to listen to audiobooks too, as well.
A friend of mine a long time ago she's a borderline savant, and she turned me on to puzzle books and said that even the American Indians used puzzles as a meditation. I don't know how, but they did. Okay, see? So puzzle book, my favorite are cryptograms, and then, you know, Sudoku, or however you say that, or, you know, any kind of puzzles are great. I love them, but I don't have space.
It gets me looking at things differently. So I'm looking at colors and then shapes and, like, you know, that is always really intriguing to me. Same thing with crossword puzzles, getting me thinking out of the box of a particular word that I've always.
That's what the problem is with me.
You have to get the puzzles out of the box, Janet, before you can put them together.
You didn't tell me that. Honey, you didn't tell me that.
No, you said you got it out. You just couldn't get all the corners.
But the picture is so pretty. I had the box with the picture.
Start with the frame. Start with the, you know, the frame.
I'm still working on it. I'm doing that.
Get those edges first. Once you get the edges, that will kickstart you.
The edges. That's it.
Krista's bringing a puzzle that we've been using with our 3-year-old grandson.
Oh boy!
Oh God, that I might be able to do that.
It's the Lorax. It's 48 pieces.
I think I could do that one. I think I could handle it.
We're trying to teach him the concept of doing the edges first. It's like, no. But it's giant. Yeah.
On giant pieces, that's good.
Oh, it's made with
I made
soy-based ink too.
Here you go, Beth.
Oh, all right.
It's a beaded star. I made a bunch of them. I like to make my own Christmas decorations, but sometimes I buy them too. But
I know you're so creative.
If I can make it, I'm gonna make it. Yeah. Stars.
Yay.
Okay, lull in the conversation.
All of a sudden, it reminded me of the star that I did for Cannery Row one year. They did this. My landlords did this $10,000 giveaway, and that same year I did a 210 7.5-foot marine canvas banners for downtown Monterey. But it was for the downtown merchants, and they wouldn't let any of them come over to Cannery Row because, you know, Cannery Row would, you know, fight at war with downtown merchants and Fisherman's Wharf merchants. They didn't want to play. So I couldn't stand doing all that work, decorating and having nothing on Cannery Row. So a friend of mine built a 10-foot lighted star out of electrical conduit and had the giant house lights 3 inches apart, the big ones, big colored house lights on the 10-foot. And then he put a 5-foot lighted star, or 5-foot star in the middle of that with the Christmas lights, with the little colored ones. And the inside of that was all covered with white lights, the little tiny white lights. It was spectacular to see. And the aquarium hosted the $10,000 giveaway.
Okay.
Well, you know, yay, that, you know, and the restaurants in the area catered it, you know.
That's it. Are we done?
Yeah.
He
That was
brought
cool.
down the house. So Pete, or you performers, I actually did get a great ovation. I'm bragging, I'm sorry. That was a
That's okay.
cast.
Bragging's good.
Showing
So-
it reminded me.
All right.
We did a Zoom.
Yes.
I think like you guys, we did a Zoom in my family from Sacramento area down to Mexico. There were a couple people, I think somebody had mentioned technically challenged people. There was one part of the family that was, I mean, an hour after we were almost finished with Zoom, she texted saying couldn't download. So it don't work for most of us, but we do download. We do Zoom every Saturday. We have an uncle in Mexico, near like between Mexico City and Guadalajara. We Zoom with him every week, like Saturday. So that was a lot of fun. And I've done a Zoom at Thanksgiving with a friend and her family in like 5 states, and that was a lot. That was fun, but the problem is you can't pass the mashed potatoes between one Zoom, one person and another. But we did tell one mother that she needed to let her son eat the pumpkin pie first before the turkey. So we did kind of we weighed in on that, and she kind of caved in. So it was different, but it was fun. But it's just there's just too many people still that are going to watch football for hours with their group of friends and then think they can come and have, Christmas or Thanksgiving with family. And it's just not, not very safe. So, but it was different, but it was still fun. And we'll still see people probably late January or early February, hoping to kind of get together with people.
Speaking of football, right, Keith? Janet, who won today?
The Cowboys.
Yay.
Oh, okay. I don't want to brag, but
However,
Champions again.
Yeah, I was lucky. My
Seahawks
two
against the
favorite
Rams.
teams. Oh,
I like the Rams.
I just tried
Sorry, they lost, Beth.
with my brother Paul. He went up and got one of those portals, and so he called me a couple days ago and he says, "Go ahead and do this, this, and this, and you'll be able to see me." And I thought, "Oh God, I don't know if I want to." But anyway, and it was really neat. I got to see because I haven't been to his home. He moved to Arizona now. And I haven't been to his home, so he took his little portal and he went through the whole house and showed me the house.
Oh, nice.
It was really kind of cool. It was his birthday. He turned 70, so I was calling him the old fuckface. But anyway,
Janet, we're right behind him.
I know it's scary. He goes, 2 more years, Janet, and I go, oh God. The thought of it.
Did you ever think you'd live to be this old?
Never.
Never.
Well, it's just a number. That's the other thing. I don't there's some aches and pains, but I don't feel like I imagined 68, 69 would be.
Right.
Exactly. Better to see that number than not.
Right.
Yes.
The alternative is not good.
No.
Right.
I have older friends, and I always think of them as all of us as being young, and yet when the other day she's in Arizona and she was saying she's qualified to get the COVID vaccine, and I said, how old are you? 75. It's like I just don't imagine her being 75. So everybody, it's like everybody's getting older, but everybody seems to be so vibrant, at least in my friends. They're all very vibrant and they just don't seem that old.
Oh, no. 65 is the new 35.
Yeah, very true. Right.
65. I got a long way to go.
It's a state of mind.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've got a gal that I've been swimming with regularly at the pool for probably 15 years, and she's 84 right now, and she swims every single day. And we've had some social distancing kind of takeout on a picnic bench, you know, that kind of thing. And she is very active, and I'm going, yay, Betty, that's how I want to be too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
Keep walking.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Keep swimming.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Good one.
Gotta fill my pool back up.
This is funny what Peter was saying. He hasn't been around people before. This is like I feel like I'm at a concert or something with everybody. I haven't been around this many people in months. It's kind of nerve wracking a little bit. I want to wear my mask.
Nasty people's mouth. I actually put lipstick on for this.
Oh, I forgot.
First time in
Oh
all
my
my
God.
Did you remember how to put it on?
Oh, masking.
There was a story in the Washington
Good
Post
Santa.
within the last couple days, and it's very timely because it was talking about if you haven't worn your mascara or other makeup for a while, here's what you need to throw out because bacteria is growing in it. It was just struck me as funny.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
that's why I
either.
never wear that shit.
Yeah. Good.
It's the bacteria. Stay away from
Well, that's the only thing I wear is mascara and shadow.
Yes.
But I
Yeah, you
hadn't
gotta
done
put something on your face. Besides a mask.
Glasses.
glasses.
Glasses
I
work.
broke my wrist. I don't know if you can see it, but this wrist is really broken.
Oh,
There you go.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
What did you do?
I fell, my foot got caught in a parking lot and I went down in like a tree. It dislocated and it didn't break the skin, but they put it back together and it was bad. Oh, I think Beth, you remember when I was I was able to touch my thumb to my fingers with straining at Delia's.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
Yeah. And I finally got it so I can actually make a fist, but I still have to work it, have to bend it down and open it up and because it will stiffen up. And then I
Eric.
put it on the thing.
Great.
Well, it's always good to have a spare.
Pete, is that your conducting hand?
What's that? Pete, what's the story on the hand?
I'm in my studio and usually the singers working with are standing right over there, and if they fuck up, I just throw this at them. And I make them hold on to it while they're doing their exercises, and it creeps them out.
Just
I don't know.
creep me out.
It doesn't help anything, but it's just fun,
So Pete, are you the same Pete that was really tall and in the singing in Magical?
He's short now.
He's 3'8". It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I was the jockey. Yeah, I am.
Are you that person?
I remember you, Roseanne.
Okay, I mean, I didn't recognize you. I'm sorry. Your hair
You
is
know why?
lighter.
I'm fucking old.
My God, I'm shocked.
So I remember 20 years ago when we missed our 30-year reunion, and I started doing things to get people going for like meeting at 31 years, and was doing an email list, and everybody was stressing, especially the women are stressing. So what shall I wear? Will people recognize me? Should I wear horizontal stripes or vertical stripes or whatever? It's like, who cares? But if you haven't seen somebody in a long time, yeah, they look really different. And so thanks for asking, Roseanne, because yeah, he's the tall one. And you were the tall lady too, weren't you?
I guess. But that's what I think about with, well, Pete and you, Steve, about madrigals. Even though I wasn't in madrigals, I was in the concert choir, but we were all in it together. So Pete, you're doing musicianship now, huh? What?
I've been a musician all my life. I played and traveled and musical directed and kept them fooled for a long time and produce, like independent records and teach.
So what kind of music? I see a cello in the back there.
That's a string bass.
Oh, a string bass. Okay.
It's a string bass and a bunch of basses and guitars and tools of the trade.
Oh. Is that the one you built, Pete?
No, this is
That's a beauty.
Wow.
This is the one.
That's gorgeous.
This is one of them that I built.
Wow. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, where's your bio? Where can Roseanna catch up with you on your bio?
Yeah.
He's
got some really good creds.
Look, I've got a website called Shut Up and Sing.
Really? Is that serious?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
shut up and sing.
It's shut up and then the letter N, sing. So it's not and sing, but it's shutupandsing.com. And a client of mine came up with that title.
I like it.
I came
That's
up with
catchy.
the title because she wouldn't just shut up and sing. She kept hemming and hawing. I said, listen, just shut up and sing. And so that's.
You're on
Yeah.
YouTube, aren't you, Pete?
Not really. I've got a couple of things on YouTube that I'm just talking about microphones and that kind of thing. That was just kind of an experiment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw one of your little YouTube videos. And I said,
Yeah.
I remember him.
I've got quite a few projects, the clients that I've worked with that are on YouTube. But Shut Up and Sing, I think, is the coolest thing that you can look at because I just write about, write articles about music that are really honest and not geared towards 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's too many sites named that. I just looked you up to see if you were telling the truth. 500 sites called Shut Up and Sing.
No, it's Shut Up
And
and the letter
and
And
yes,
sing.
and sing.
not and, but just
I know.
and
I know.
.com.
I put in.
Vicky's doing the fact check here.
Yeah, you're right. I've been watching
To
the
make
news.
sure you're for real.
What else is there to do, huh?
I mean, really.
Wait a minute, I'm going to make sure that it's coming up. If it's not coming up, I'm.
Well, put it in the chat box.
There you
There
go.
you go. There you go.
Vicky, are you doing criminal background checks right now too, or what?
I can learn. I can learn fast.
Fun.
That's where the 500 sites were.
The puzzle is not my thing. I opened one that was 1,500 pieces, and I looked at it, and it all looked blurry to me.
Oh, yeah.
I closed the lid and shoved it back at her. So
When you're only
yeah.
when you're only looking at the back side of the puzzle piece, they all look the same color. You turn them over.
it was terrible.
Oh,
It was a terrible experience. Anxiety.
1,500. Down to 1,500.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It was a really beautiful picture of Venice in Italy, and I thought, oh, this would be great. Till I opened it. So back to
Not enough color variations, maybe.
I couldn't see anything, Roseanne. I went blind.
Can you imagine that we have a person in this group that does puzzles, that there's a print on the front and the back?
Ooh, that'd be tough.
Who does that?
It's like a Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
I bet you can make an interesting one if you force the pieces to fit and you put them.
Hell, I'd have to be smoking or drinking or something. I can't even do a border. Jesus. I mean, really. Die before I ever get that thing done.
Hi, Jeannine. Hi,
Hi,
Jeannine.
Beth. Hi, Mom. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm so glad you're here.
I tell you, this is fun. It's fun listening to these kids talk. These
Yes.
Aren't you our age?
I love that you call us kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't we still kids at heart? I think we are. The pictures kind of messed that theory up. We all look a little older, but not our age. Certainly not our age.
You got kids wearing Santa hats. I'll put my Santa hat on, I guess, if that'll have me look like a kid.
This is fun. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There you are.
Now it's a holiday.
Mr. Claus, do you want to wear your purple one? No, okay. No, I remember going with my dad to when I'd visit him out in Redlands. He'd go to the senior center for lunch, so I'd go with him, and he'd sit around the table, a circular table with 8 other people, and they were talking like they were junior high kids, and they were all in their 80s. It's just like, so, you know, again, it depends on your frame of mind, but you see yourself still internally as you were back when you were young, if you have your health.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
hilarious to listen to them talk like, you know, I wouldn't say locker room talk, but just horseplay, goofing around.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, hey,
and
my
that's
mom,
Janet.
Yes.
my
What
mom,
happened to Pete? I hope I didn't chase him out by trying to find his website.
I think he
I'm
was,
looking, I'm trying to find the
Oh,
goddamn.
you're there. Oh,
there he is.
your face is gone, Pete. I'm sorry.
So we just see his
Hang on a
name.
sec.
I'm
Turn his
sure
camera off.
it's there. I'm sure it's there.
he's trying to
He's
My-
not believing you, Vicky.
I know.
He's doubting you.
Maybe I better get off.
No.
No, no. Sandy Schmidt says hi.
Where
She's
is-
watching, she's watching Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, it's snowing there. I'm watching it off to the side over here.
I was wondering what that flashing,
Going like crazy over there in the game and stuff
Her
like that.
dad's from Oshkosh.
Sandy,
so-
it looks like you have, the old fashioned, like in the 60s, the color wheel on the
Oh, that's the TV set over here.
Yeah,
It's
that's what-
it's the football game that's flashing different. So I'm watching. I think Vicki or somebody made a comment about all these people watch football games, and that's me. So I like my sports still and everything. And like Pete was saying that his was shut up and sing. Mine is shut up and don't sing. So I try to sing, but my wife tells me, no, stop.
Oh.
I hate
Yeah, whenever I have to burst out into song, I catch myself and I say, and I'll tell whoever's in earshot, don't you wish I could sing?
Tell them about how you sing.
No.
No.
I put the website in the chat.
Thank you. I
Oh,
see
good.
that.
Thanks.
Let's all ignore everybody and go look at Pete's site now, and we'll have
No.
5 minutes.
Take a brief break and then we'll come back.
I think I separated the letters. That's why I didn't get it.
See?
It's not shut up and sink. It's shut up and sing.
Thank you.
I thought feeding my dogs would make them shut up. If my dog's growling in the background or making noises, I'll mute myself and go put them in their crates. And there's Irene Pettey. Hello, Irene. You're muted. You want to unmute?
It takes a while. All the little buttons and things.
I thought I was unmuted.
There you go.
There you are.
Here I am.
Who is I?
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
New Year.
Yeah, let's hope for a happy, healthy new year.
That's right.
I'm tired of 2020.
Oh,
We all are. One more
Anybody
thing.
I
not?
know.
Who wants to relive 2020 like Groundhog Day? One day, 1 year, over and over.
Groundhog Day.
I think the Grinch that stole Christmas,
Yeah.
Haven't we
he's a
been doing that?
2020 lover.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any great plans or things that they put off from this year that if next year becomes better that they'd be able to do?
Yeah, 50-year class reunion.
51.
On Zoom again, probably.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we have a cruise plan for September. And hopefully it will come to fruition. We'll see.
Gotta go on your cruise.
They better be taken
It's-
care of by then, because cruises are like one of the worst places to share communicable and foodborne and all sorts of crap diseases.
Oh, well, yeah, well.
The phase.
I've never wanted to go on a cruise. Is this something that you've done before, a cruising?
Oh, we've done a lot of cruises. We love cruising. And this
Where do you-
one is around New Zealand.
Oh,
I mean, I
Wonderful.
take that back. Iceland. It's
Oh,
Iceland,
little
out of
different.
Copenhagen.
Beautiful.
Wow.
that'll be fabulous.
So we'll see.
It's like Daryl there.
Daryl's showing up. Oh, he disappeared and he's going to show up again. Hold on.
Steve, I just texted you, I just texted Cheryl and she sends her apologies, so I copied it to you.
Ah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Never liked her anyway.
Well, I hope for a river season next year. Yeah, because I didn't get on the river at all this year. So we take kids down the San Juan and Colorado rivers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope to go next year in July with a group called ARTA, they have river trips on the Green River and up into Utah. And I've never been in that area and I'd love to do it.
It's beautiful.
The salmon
It's really beautiful.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, what river trips are you looking at? Do you know?
Green River.
That Lador Canyon, you can go on that one. That's a really, really
Right.
good one.
Right.
Steve, I hope to see you and Krista for tamales at the restaurant and a margarita. when I'm
Yes.
on my way to or from Colorado.
We just spent Christmas Eve day making homemade tamales,
Oh,
and with her oldest son. With her oldest
Oh
son,
my God.
it's a chore.
Oh my
It
God.
is.
We may not do that again. It was a lot of work.
So we'll take
No,
take
tamales
tamales. Yeah.
are 2 days. It takes 2 days to make tamales.
At least.
We had to start the pork the night before.
At least.
Yeah.
You make them to eat and to freeze so you can enjoy during the year. You don't just make for one meal.
You're
And
right.
then there's the sauces, because there's so many different sauces you can make. It becomes quite a production, and you can see why a lot of families like turn it into this big family event.
Yes.
How many did you make?
A little over 4.5 dozen. Not that much. And we gave half of them to her son, so it's like,
Oh.
and we gave him the ones that were the meatier. I won't say beefy because they were pork, but the thicker ones. And then we got the skimpy ones to help us maintain our svelte. He's the kind of kid who says, "I eat till I hate myself."
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cute.
Wow.
No, I'm hoping to go to Colorado next year because everything was canceled. We were supposed to have a family reunion in April. That was canceled. I was supposed to go later. Everything is basically canceled. So I'm really hopeful that at some point in 2021, I'll be able to go and see family. I have an aunt who's in assisted living and they've basically been in lockdown since February. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with vaccines and whether we can all, get together. I love driving. I love New Mexico. New Mexico right now doesn't want people from California, as far as I know. I had some friends who did find a motel, was it Tucumcari? They could stay in Tucumcari on the way back from Tennessee, and that was it. They had to keep driving through New Mexico because they don't want Californians there.
Tucumcari, the home of the billboard that said 200 motels, which was
Really?
inspiration for Frank Zappa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I see Pete smiling.
They found one that would allow their golden retrievers. So they're just telling everybody about that motel so that they can keep that place afloat.
Well, if they allow dogs, they might allow people, I guess.
Yeah, the people, yes. These are friends from Riverside that are gradually going to be moving to Tennessee. So they're taking like a truckload or a U-Haul at a time. And I think sometime in 2021, they'll be actually in Tennessee. So.
Good. Well, let us know.
Yeah, give us a heads up.
I will. Oh, they're lovely people. He's a retired police investigator, undercover narcotics, etc. And
Wow.
she's a photographer, and both their adult children ended up in Tennessee, and that is leading there. They still have one adult child in San Diego, but they want space. They want to get out of California, so that's what they're doing.
Hey, our son and his family, they just moved from here to North Carolina.
Beautiful.
Because it was so expensive
popular
here.
place.
They both lost their jobs. They didn't, they had enough equity in their home.
Yeah.
That they figured they could sell their house here and go buy a house in North Carolina.
Right.
And which is all well and good, but they still don't have jobs. So how can you buy a house outside Raleigh when you don't know if you're going to be working in Raleigh? You know?
Yeah. That's
not an easy issue. Yeah. So
Where are you, Irene?
I'm in San Diego.
Oh, nice.
I'm like La Jolla, Pacific Beach area. I'm on Mount Soledad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I
love it.
That's a terrible spot.
It would be good to hear where everyone is from or where everyone is right now. I'm in Santa Rosa.
Let me pull up the list. Let me go through and I'll call on people and you tell us where you are.
Okay.
So Jeannine says she's in San Diego. Keith, you are?
I'm in Bothell, Washington. Yeah.
Bothell, Washington.
Bothell, Washington, just outside of Kirkland, Washington, on the east side of Seattle.
Beautiful.
And Roseanne, you are?
In Santa Rosa, California.
In Rosa, California.
I love Santa Rosa.
And
I went
Vicki?
to school up there.
I'm Keith's neighbor, only west.
It's over there.
Over there.
My list is jumping. Talking. Okay.
About
Carla's
12
in
miles apart, I think.
Carla's in Riverside. Beth's in Riverside. Gail, you're in Hemet?
I'm in Hemet. I'm in Hemet, and I'm the younger. I'm not in your class. I'm in the class of 71, but I so enjoy meeting up with everyone at Christmas. So
That's why I changed your name and put Gail Wesson 71.
71.
oh, okay, I see that. Just to make sure, I am not. I'm an alien visitor, but I so enjoy finding out what everybody's doing.
She's way too young to be here. Get her out.
Yeah,
I thought, I was thinking that Lori was going to come in, but apparently not. Joseph, but so I guess I texted her, but I thought she was coming in, but apparently not. And so I'll text her during the week, because I think that we still have this thought that sometime maybe in fall of 2021 we can have a reunion, and maybe you all will be able to join us unless you want to stay separate.
I think she mentioned that they were going to try and do it earlier in the year, like in April, May, or June. And I thought
Okay,
that's way too early.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Too early to plan.
I'll talk to her during the week. That's nuts. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Let's see. Sandy's in Escondido. Ralph's in Flagstaff. I'm making this up as I go. Pat, you're in
Prosper, Texas, about 20 miles north of Dallas.
Prosper. I always forget if it's Prosper, McKinney, or what's the other one where my
Plano?
well, no, between McKinney and Prosper. Is there something else?
Denton. I mean,
That's too far. Okay, anyway, you're in Prosper. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see. Bruce in Flagstaff and Janet's in. You moved to Washington, Janet.
Washington, Longview, Washington.
Longview. Okay. Jeannine, you're back east, right?
I'm in Punta Gorda, Florida. It's just above Fort Myers.
Oh,
Gulf Coast, Barrier Islands, on a little saltwater canal. Sounds good, but the best thing is that it's a nice place to isolate. And I'm such a hermit that I'm having a great time not going anywhere. I do a little gardening and I try to escape the neighbors that are too friendly. And, you know, it's not that I'm antisocial, but I'm the only child, you know, card carrying. I'm fine alone. I'm just fine alone. I want to say, I'm looking at these pictures and I see Irene Pettey. I remember you as a young teenager and that long hair.
Yes.
You had long dark hair and you were a crackerjack. You really had attitude. I like that.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Sandy Dunbar looks just like him, but he's got a Santa hat on. McKinney looks just the same. He was so nice to me in English class. You know, it was really, don't expect to enjoy this type of interaction. And then it's kind of like I'm listening to every syllable, every word. So, you know, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hang in there. We got to have a better year next year. We just have to.
It's got to be better.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got to be. So,
We got
there he
the
is.
outside of Baltimore, and Daryl, you joined us late. You are.
I kind of
There you
forgot. I kind of forgot, and I was sitting on the couch. Went, oh yeah. This thing, so I was on my iPad and I tried to join that, but the audio wouldn't work, so I had to come up into the studio. I'm doing it from here. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Great. Good to see
Where are
you.
you located?
Canyon Lake, California.
oh,
That's down by Temecula.
It's north
Across
of,
from Lake Elsinore.
not too far from Hemet.
not too far for him at all.
All
But,
right.
Do you live in the same community that Robbie Davis does?
yes.
Okay.
Rob, you know, I met Linda when in the third grade. I've known her since the third grade. I've known Robbie since the sixth grade.
Oh, wow.
And we used to hang out with him all the time when we lived in Riverside, 28 years ago.
Yeah.
And they'd come out and visit us. You know, we have a really nice lake and we're water sports people. So they'd come out here and they say, we're going to move out there one of these days. And their son moved out here. So it was now game on. So about 2 years later after that, they moved out here and they just love it. They're
Oh, that's cool. They're neat people.
yeah, but they're our friends and we hang out with them, stuff like that.
And you're in a music room.
Yeah.
What was it? You posted a picture number a couple years ago, I think, of all your stringed instruments, all your guitar.
Yeah.
That keeps popping up every once in a while, right? When people comment.
It's weird. I think I lost count. Actually, I added two more. I think it's like 32 guitars, or I have, you know, string, band. You should see the rest of this wall right here. You can't see here. It's all guitars. It's on the other side what I'm looking at. But this is a recording studio. But I've got guitars our old place. But I did that several years ago. And every once in a while, it just pops up again for no reason. I don't know why.
People find it and they make a comment, and that brings it up current.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought of you a couple of weeks ago. I was listening to Traveling Wilburys, and Tom Petty sang the song about having a place to put all this stuff, but keep it in a cool, dry place.
Yeah.
You heard that song? And I thought of you with all your stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's dry here. It's not always cool. You have, it never gets in the house, it never gets above probably 80. So it's not too bad in the summer, you know. But I like warm temperature. I like it. 100 degrees, I'm happy.
No.
You record? I don't
Well,
want to record.
Each to their own.
Yeah.
Well, when it gets too hot, we just run and jump in the lake. So, just,
Oh, neat.
There-
Hey, listen, Steve,
Do you record?
What?
Do you record?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We,
Anything we've heard?
I don't think so. We're doing a country album right now. Country's not my big deal, but I kind of like it, but it's not my favorite. But doing one of those, been working on it for a year and a half. I did a flamenco. I did some flamenco. There's a guy named David Maldonado, Maldonado.
Oh, Maldonado.
Yes.
Yeah, you know David?
I know David Maldonado.
Yeah.
He was married to our estranged stepdaughter, who is no longer with us due to, yeah, well, she had drug problems.
Yeah.
And, but David he's got some beautiful children.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle's children, and they are all very talented.
Yeah,
he is an incredibly
they come over here.
talented flamenco guitarist.
See see this right here?
Pardon?
See this right here?
He lives right here.
It's far away.
Right there. That's a platinum record for David Maldonado right there.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, that you moved.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He recorded some songs for his last album. Actually, he just put out a Christmas album, but a year ago he put out that album, and it got an award for the fastest. It came out as #1 on the charts of his type of music, so we got that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, we have a couple of his Christmas albums. Yeah. DVDs.
But we have downstairs around the water, we have this kind of grotto kind of thing. It's actually a bar that goes into the earth, into the side of the hill. And we have these during the summer, except for this summer, we have what we call happy hour every Friday out here. And David, actually he likes it to be called David, by the way. David comes and plays sometimes, and for the happy hour, he's so good, just an amazing talent.
I think I've seen a picture of that grotto on your page or not.
Oh, probably has something. Oh, there's Diana.
Well, hi, Diana. Hello.
Come here.
I can't see myself. Where? Oh, right there. Hi, you guys.
We see you right there.
Oh, there I am.
Here. There you go. Now you can see yourself.
I just wanted to say hi.
Well, hi.
I'm not.
Hi.
We don't do the Mission Inn anymore right now.
I know.
And it's kind of, even though Gail has in her background, it's all virtual, and they're not doing carriage rides either. So
yeah.
I heard it was a lot darker this year. They didn't have many lights.
I think the photos from maybe 2 years ago, and I was there in October. I had a cousin from Colorado visiting, and we went in and they had taken all the carpets out. When you go in from Orange Street, they have the mission, the carpets of all the missions. The carpet was gone.
Oh,
I don't know whether they had taken that out just because of COVID, but we walked around the lobby and the outside, but no tours or anything. So, but she at least got to kind of see it. So Beth may know more about that, but it was just so shocking to not see the carpet there. I mean, the presidents are all there, but no historic carpet.
So I'm curious, I'm looking at this, how many of you have not been to one of the multiple Mission Inn after Christmas? Raise your hand if you haven't been, because this is really cool that.
Wow.
Yeah, Ralph, I don't think. Jeannine, I don't think you have you?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's very difficult.
So this is actually setting a record that we're having the most new people for one of these gatherings. And it's always a thing of firsts, I guess. I'll like I did for our 50-year reunion, I'll actually go through and I'll pick out pictures and say, here's our group picture from the Mission Inn for this year.
I would just like to say, Steve, that thank you very much for keeping the group together and doing all that you do to keep
amazing
all
job
happening. It's incredible. And
you're welcome.
I really appreciate it. And unfortunately, I only see 8 other people because of me. And so I don't see the other people that are talking. I don't know how to.
Well, you have to, are you on an iPad or something like that?
I'm on an iPad.
So you swipe the screen and you can see more
gallery.
people.
Oh.
She's in gallery.
Oh, yay. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
You can see the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, yeah. Pete had to bail. That's why he's not showing up anymore. He didn't want to interrupt, but he just sent me a text thanking for being able to join this. He said, I got to bail, but don't want to interrupt anyone. Was great to see everyone. Feel free to give my email to anyone. Happy New Year. And I think one of his emails is asshole@petestobl.com.
Surprise.
And if you haven't looked at his website or read his writing, he has a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's very good with words. He's a good wordsmith and can cut to the chase and really do illustrate things very well. So now that he's not on, I can talk about him. But
I don't know with the a-hole term. I don't know about his way with words.
He does. Yeah.
Just saying.
He doesn't discriminate on the types of words he uses.
Like
Right. Yeah.
I have to go too.
Okay. Nice
to see
Irene.
you all.
Thanks, Irene. Yeah, I mean,
Merry Christmas.
we'll
Happy
go
New
and
Year.
Happy New Year.
thanks for joining us, Irene. We'll go
I
to the
have to
last
do
dog
the
and
same.
hung. Say what, Bruce?
I have to do the same. There's food waiting for me and my stomach's growling.
That's okay. We can go. I mean, there may be some fresh people joining us, and we can then talk to people who, or if you have to go to the bathroom, you can just kind of like turn your video off, and you'll look like this, and then no one will know where you are. You walk away, or I take your shirt off, or whatever. But no, I didn't. So we're still here.
Okay, we'll see you guys. Again.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, Ralph, we should get together.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'll look you up, Bruce.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Take some of his epic trips, day hikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's always out. He's out doing weird stuff. Let me tell you. Inspiring. Places you haven't been yet, Bruce. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Okay, and Keith's got to go too. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. Okay.
See you guys. Great to see you all.
Good to see
Happy
you.
New Year.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Great year ahead in
See
21.
you next year.
Better year.
Bye-bye.
Better years.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, we can't wait till the new till the residents change.
Well, no politics tonight. We don't talk about politics. Please no. That's okay. But yeah, it'll be. I was reading, who is it? Dave Barry. He's a columnist who writes satire, and he had a good one about reviewing 2020. And it's like, yeah, well, just every year starts out. Just think of the illustration of Father Time. New Year is a baby, and then New Year's Eve is the old man walking out the door, and the new baby comes in. We've got hopes for the new year, so that's about the best that I can say is we're hoping for better things. But yeah, we'll try and figure out whether we want to try and plan for a 50-year plus one reunion. But only do it when it's safe, because the last time was too many people didn't feel like they could do it. Were leery and concerned, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
And yet even today, I saw somebody that I knew from growing up in Palm Springs, who was no, was it somebody else? No, it was Don Jones saying that the socialists are preventing us from meeting. It's like, I don't want to go there either. I'm not putting a political bent on anything like this. It's just a matter of what's going to work for people, what people are going to feel comfortable with doing and want to come and do.
Right.
And but again, on the other hand, we'll attract enough people that other people will come. Because if you only have 10 people that want to show up, it'll be like this. We've got, I count 10 people on my screen right now, or 10 screens. And you need to get critical mass and get enough people interested and excited to do it. So I'll find out, because by this time last year, we had already picked out a date, and we're talking with the Elks Lodge to do something in October, and have it tie in with homecoming. I don't know if they're, if they even have a football schedule for 2021 planned.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, so
Probably not.
we may do it independent of that, but we'll do some more online or some email discussions and polls and stuff to try and see if people want to do it, if they're burned out and don't want to travel, or if they're barn sour and want to get out. Come hell or high water, we'll see what happens.
I just have to see how the virus is going by next summer. We don't know how many people are going to get the vaccination.
Right. And then I think it might be kind of fun to have one of these Zoom things. If we do have a physical get together, then also have a Zoom too. So people could, come in and sit down. There'd be a Zoom group and people could come in and say hi at the Zoom group.
Yeah, you could have a large screen and a camera set up and a microphone, and add that to the festivities. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Have a really big screen.
Or just a projection. Yeah, projection of that up on a screen with camera and microphone.
I miss the Leah's. Every time I go back to Riverside, I have to go there.
Delirious? Yes. For grinders.
Grinders, yeah.
Krista has celiac and she can't have, it's the bread. So she gets, it's everything but the bread.
Oh my
So
God.
like a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, animal style.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a quick question for Krista. Are you still doing rodent and fields?
I am, and I apologize for not getting a hold of you.
Okay, I'll leave now. I'm going to get a refill.
I'll email you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a weird.
I figured that was okay. I'm not talking politics. It's like trying to keep business going.
And ask Pat. She loves it.
I do.
Okay.
Using the product. So yes.
Okay.
Even
I
if
have
we have
to email.
masks on, we still take care of our skin.
Yeah, because what the thing about masks I've noticed is I'll start breaking out like right at the top of the mask. I've never had a problem, but with masks I tend to break out on the top side of my sheet. Like, it's not that bad, but it's just from wearing masks certain times.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and with some friends, we wear them like when we wear them like when we're driving in the car, except for eating, we're wearing them in the house, in the car. I have a friend who has autoimmune disorder, and I gave her a ride from Oakland down to Claremont in July, and we wore masks except when we were eating outside at a restaurant, and it worked out fine. But just like things like that you just don't normally break out, and suddenly it's like, oh, you're wearing this cotton mask.
Or it's like back in high school and you have acne.
I know. It's just strange. It's like, what are all those bumps coming up? So it's from trying to be safe. So
yes.
Vicky's going to depart as well. Go ahead,
I
Vicki.
didn't want to be rude and interrupt her, but yeah, it's good to see everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Hope to see you next year.
Yeah, have one
I
soon.
love your flowers behind you. Are those
the
poppies?
flowers, they look like poppies.
They're fake.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They really are beautiful.
Thank you. Brightens up the day here.
That's what everyone needs, is something to brighten up the day.
That's right.
Nice to see
All right.
you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Can I'm sorry, can somebody tell me, I'm kind of stuck here wanting news of California, my wonderful home that seems to have changed. Do people usually wear their masks when they're out in public, or it's kind of hit and miss here?
Yeah, most of the time, when at the grocery store or anything like that, people are wearing masks.
Yeah, and there's some
important.
There's some cities where, like Claremont and a few cities that require that you wear them outside when you're likely going to contact other people. But for the most part, it's just wearing inside businesses.
Yeah.
So, and that's that seems to be pretty standard, like Costco, the grocery store. I mean, there's people that will wear them going in because they literally have a lot of businesses have monitors watching when you go in the store, but then people take them off or whatever. But a lot of the check stands, you've got to be wearing the mask to check out. So that's pretty routine. But there's some businesses that are not going along with the state orders that are open outdoors, open indoors. But the state, and I think a lot of the counties like Riverside County is into, let's educate people. We're not going to enforce, we're going to try to educate people. So that's, I think, why we're having problems with cases.
Yeah, I think I read that the Riverside County Sheriff was defying the order.
Yes.
Was not going to take enforcement action against people. And again, back to the voluntary.
How could they?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the sheriff was elected last year, and he's been on Fox News across the country saying that he will not enforce anything, and that's kind of filtered down to some of the other county agencies where they're basically saying, oh, it's a state order, so it's the state. And I've actually gone through, starting with people I know in my county supervisor's office, sending me up to Sacramento. Sacramento is sending me back down to the county, and basically nobody's enforcing a lot of the mandates. And on the other side, there's this whole business side where businesses are suffering, and they may not make it.
Yeah.
There's just not enough financial aid to kind of keep them clean. So I don't know what
no rhyme or reason. I just think it's, some people get it, some people don't. I've tried to see a system to it, and I've known people who have gotten it and survived.
Wine was delivered.
I say it again. What do you say?
Good job there, Daryl.
My wine was delivered to me just now. So.
Oh, lucky. Oh, that's a nice glass of wine.
Yeah.
I just, I don't see a rhyme or reason to who gets it and why. And the professionals, I'm a retired nurse. My friends are not scared because they're so damn brave, so strong, but some want to get the vaccination, some don't. Again, I'm a hermit. I'm staying put. I don't even hardly talk to the mailman. So
out here, if I go to the store, hardware store, grocery store, anyway, I haven't seen somebody without a mask for months.
Really good. Oh, that's
I mean, around here, everybody wears masks when they're out.
I just
Pat.
came back. I just came back from California. I went to visit my daughter. My grandson is in the Army, and he's going to be deployed here in a couple of months. And it was probably the last Christmas I was going to spend with them. And you know, I same thing as Daryl was saying. You know, everybody's wearing masks when you go out, if you have to go out. And my daughter and my granddaughter both had it during the summertime, but mild symptoms. My brother and sister-in-law contacted me the night before I left to go to California, saying that they had been exposed and they had taken the test. And so I opted, you know, it was like a no-brainer. Let's not go see them. And then while I was there, they texted me and let me know that they were positive. So my brother's got a mild case. My sister-in-law's got a pretty severe case. And so you just don't know, you know, but, you know, as far as flying, you know, the airlines, they still have the middle seat open. You try to stay, you know, 6 feet apart from people when you're at the airport and do the best you can to try to protect yourself. And so far, so good. So.
Just crazy. It's
We
crazy.
had my niece's, one of my niece's oldest daughters, her only daughter was getting married in November down in Fallbrook. And we were planning on driving out there with our trailer and, you know, distancing as much as possible. But then mid-November, New Mexico had a stay-at-home or shelter-in-place order, and California did. And we just said, we're not going to go. We're not going to risk it. Krista's mom lives next door. She's 81. We're her caregivers, so we're not going to put ourselves at risk. So with the stay-at-home order, we took our travel trailer and drove down 250 miles down south in New Mexico and sheltered in place down there in a campground for a couple of days. Nobody else around, but just we just needed to get out of the house. We were stir crazy. And but yeah, I mean, my daughter Rebecca went out to California to visit her grandma, her aunt, and her cousins in Riverside. She quarantined here in Santa Fe for 2 weeks. She drove out there and she's quarantining with them. She's staying with them only for 2 weeks and going to come back here and do the same thing. So that's about as much of a risk as I've seen, you know, anyone in our family take for that.
I always, every Christmas, I go to my sister's house in Tennessee, except this Christmas.
Yeah.
There he is.
Steve Maines has joined us after his sumptuous dinner. How are you doing, Steve?
Long day.
Long day working on the ranch?
On the ranch, actually building horse fence at the neighbor's place today.
Oh, okay. So manual labor.
Oh, I guess.
So where do you live, Stephen? Where do you live?
The the burg is Grenada, next to Wairika.
Oh, okay.
Okay, up there.
Okay, Interstate 5.
Go north.
Yeah,
20
okay.
miles south of
Like
Denver, and
Northern California.
Mount Shasta is across the valley.
It's always in the background of his photographs of his property.
If you ever go onto Facebook, I've been deliberately trying to send a lot of pretty, calming, life is good photos. Hey, I took a picture of frost on the ground the other day and posted, and I got 64 comments.
For frost.
No snow.
It was a wood board fence that the frost was in the shade, still stayed frosty, and the rest had melted. It just looked like just a pretty pattern on the ground. But I'm a sheep rancher, so if anybody wants leg of lamb or lamb chops, call me first.
Well, one of my favorite dinners.
Yum. How many sheep do you have?
That's a highly variable number, but I think it's about 38 right now.
Our babies.
Do you shear them? Do you have people that come in and shear?
We specifically have hair sheep. They shed, so you don't have to shear them.
Oh,
Crazy.
Oh, shearing sheep in small numbers is horrendous to find somebody that can actually do it. And doing it by hand, I have a couple that need trimming. And that's a shitload of work. I'm retired.
don't want to work that hard. I understand.
But you're retired as a rancher, right?
I still do consulting. That's why I still get a chance to get down to Riverside once in a while.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was trying to get down I had tied in some work with the reunion.
Yeah.
So my client was going to be paying for my airfare and hotel.
Ooh. Well, we'll work with you again because we were just talking about, possibly what we would do next year for a 50+1. And we'll look at your schedule as well and see what you might have available.
Well, if I get enough lead time, I work around that.
So the other way around, if we give you enough, I'm looking at least, 6-8 month lead time to know what would be going on.
Oh, yeah. And if we'd like something at the Discovery Center, I'm still the president of the board out there. We could arrange for that, even if the place, I don't want to say a place is closed in another 10 months. Financially, the Discovery Center is bleeding.
Mm.
Our bread and butter
What Discovery Center is that? What's the Discovery Center?
Say again, dear?
What is the Discovery Center?
Europa,
Where is it?
Europa Mountains Discovery Center.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right off the 60 freeway with a steel man up on the hill.
Right. It's not a city park.
No, we were actually looking at holding our Sunday afternoon picnic or Sunday picnic there instead of at Fairmount Park. Because Steve was going to be able to get the venue for us, and he would cover whatever the rental might be for us to be able to go there. So, and that may still be something. Again, whether we want to do an indoor one at the Elks Lodge or someplace like that, or do something where we can be a little more, socially distant, we'll see. We don't know.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for the Discovery Center, Steve? What do you do there?
President of the board.
Oh, cool.
There.
Well, I'm a geologist, paleontologist, water guy, and the center has a lot of primary theme is dinosaurs.
Wow.
I got pulled into there probably about 20 years ago. We got a donation of Chinese dinosaur eggs I curated.
Wow.
Other than their.
Hi, Linda. That's really cool. I was reading recently that Hemet has a whole lot of, or they found a whole lot of dinosaurs when they were digging for the lake out there, Diamond Lake.
Yeah. Western Science Center. That's actually Ice Age stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Hemet
more time period with La Brea.
Oh, okay.
Hemet has a Western Science Center, I think it's the name now.
Yes.
That's right. I live 3 miles from there, and
oh.
They have a big museum. There's a water museum. Of course, they're all closed right now, but really kind of interesting places. But Harupa would be a good place for like an outdoor gathering, if that turns out to be the best option, because it's so convenient off the freeway, and it's just a really interesting place.
And there's enough gardens and things for those that would like to do some hiking. You could hike up to the Mammoth. Those that want to just wander the gardens, be a good place to, in a non-COVID situation, bring the kids and grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they won't get bored.
I got to laugh that Gail appears to be slipping off the bottom of the screen.
Oh, yeah, I know.
My
All we
relatives-
see is like,
Yes, oh my God.
Please relax.
now, Beth, you haven't had that problem with your backdrop. Why is that?
I'm trying to emphasize the mission in and not me. My family does this too. It's like, why do you have all these backdrops? It's because I don't really have a good backdrop at home. So I kind of go between, the Mission Inn lights, Shaver Lake and the Sierras, a couple other backdrops I like to use.
Well, I'm going to emphasize my living room right now, so here I go.
Well, your
There it
living
is.
room is gorgeous. I don't have a
Really
beautiful
looks
living
So Steve, I love the woodwork in there. I've been looking at it.
Beautiful.
The arches and stuff. I love that stuff.
Oh, we got the Vigas, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we got Vigas and then Tongue and Groove. So this is like typical Santa Fe,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
New Mexico with stucco outdoors with flat roofs and parapets and
Yeah,
canales.
and the fireplace behind you. I just
Kiva fireplace. Yeah, we've got candles in it, but we've got a Kiva fireplace out in the back patio, and we put fires out there for the kids and roast marshmallows and things. So
I'm really into
Just
design and
space.
stuff, so I love that stuff.
Wonderful space.
It is, it's beautiful.
yeah. Well, I turn the lights on so you can see different things in the house, but yeah, we're letting you see the house, at least this part. Oh, I meant to show for Cheryl. We got a really nice piece of art back here on the wall. It's a Native American women at Yellowstone. It's a lithograph, but the artist went and did some. All the women are wearing robes with bead work on them, and she went and did like the pointillistic individual beads with her brush on a lithograph to make it kind
It's
of
a
a.
what do we call it? Glue clay or glue? What's that? Glue clay, and they go in.
G clay.
G clay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The G clay, and they go in. Yeah, those are cool.
So it's a numbered print, and it's got an honored place because Krista knows the woman really well from a prayer group she's in. So it's nice to have that. But yeah,
Nice.
big space.
And you see, you have the Spanish tile down there. I can see the big
Saltillo?
Spanish tile.
Saltillo.
I like that motif.
Yeah. Well.
So your mother-in-law's doing well in the casita?
She's doing okay. She's learned to walk back and forth when we don't have
Yay.
snow. When we don't have snow between the houses, we would go pick her up. She's like 20 feet away, or 20 yards away from our house.
So
But
she's getting exercise.
she gets some exercise, but don't want her to fall down. So
Yeah. No, that's good. That's great. It sounds like it's kind of working out for y'all.
I think we would agree that it's working out. Yeah.
I'm going to
So
take
Linda,
off.
what are you up to? Oh, we'll go. Glenn, what do you want to say?
I'm just going to take off. Good getting together with all of you.
Good to see you in person, and like I said, get together with Bruce. I'll send both you guys an email with each other's contact, the phone numbers and email address, stuff like that, so you can find each other.
I appreciate that.
I mean, when I saw that you moved to Flagstaff and I saw where you were, and it's like where your house was, the address on Google Satellite View, there was nothing there. There was a subdivision with like lots, but no homes. So you got a home built when you moved, before you moved there, or what?
I lived in a hotel for 4 months while they built it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Anyway, it was really good to get together, and hopefully we'll do this again soon.
Well, I'd hope that Fred Herring would have been able to join us, but I guess he has his. He's been working on an orchard out there in where he is in New Zealand, so I guess he's busy. He won't. And it's summer down there, so maybe he's cooling off and taking
We
a.
got together this last one when you did the 50th. Didn't he join in? Yeah.
He did.
He
Yeah.
was in for that.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Ralph.
Yep. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, Ralph.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Better New Year. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Better New Year.
Yeah. So, Linda, what's up with you?
Well, not a whole lot.
Like the
Staying
rest of us?
healthy.
Had my daughter and son-in-law over for dinner. That's why I was late getting on here, because they get all crazy here and they're just crazy. I don't know where they get that from. She gets it from her dad.
Where do you live?
I'm still in Riverside.
Yay.
Good for you.
Yep.
Yeah, Linda was a regular at the Mission Inn, so I mean, it's like this is a person I'm familiar with seeing there.
That's
quite a bit.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad because like Debbie Savage, Walter Savage, however we do that. She has a phone where she can't do this. It's not a smartphone, so I guess she can't Zoom and things like that on it. So,
Well, the way I view it, a lot of the things that we're having to do this year are temporary, hopefully.
let's hope so.
And we'll be able to do more progressively as the 2021 goes on. And so even though usually when we've done a major reunion in that particular year, we don't do the Mission Inn necessarily, but we still can. So
Right.
hopefully, yeah, we'll be doing this next year. And I think everyone's become comfortable enough, at least, or they're learning to use Zoom, that we can do something like this as well. You know, like we were saying, Daryl was saying at a 51-year reunion, put up a projector and have a camera and have a microphone, and we can have people interacting with what's happening on the ground at a reunion through
Right.
a Zoom event as well.
That's neat. That's a neat idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I had to learn to use Zoom because that's how we're doing church. So
yeah.
And Zoom will do. I've been on meetings with 900 people.
Wow.
On a Zoom meeting, and the other applications you cannot do that many. They say that you can, but Zoom is the only one that you can have that many people and with video.
But Daryl, we've actually found that Zoom is not necessarily really good with music.
No, none of them are. None of the apps, the codec stuff is good. Music sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But there is an application where you can. It's because you're using the microphone, picking it up, and you got the echo canceling thing, and that's what screws up the music. But there's an application that interjects the audio in the software, so it's not using the microphone. So you can actually get some good audio if you're using that app. So you add the music to the meeting outside of the echo cancellation. So there is a way to do it.
So because we were doing it for a while, we were doing it at our church. But when we have people at home, they play their piano. It's like automatic gain control where it ducks and then it comes up slowly.
Yeah. Well, the codec is trying to figure out the echo canceling. It's a mathematical thing that it does.
No wonder it sounds like a foreign language.
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Explaining it.
Code and decode. Codec is code and decode.
I'm an engineer. I design that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
But there is a way if we do the music or the reunion. There's an application where you can introduce the music, pre-codec or pre-echo canceling.
Okay.
So we can do it.
I'll contact you about that when the time comes.
Yeah.
So how are you doing like 900 people at a time?
You mute everybody.
And then you have like a speaker, because I've done like panel where you mute and it's panels on like legal, legal.
You look like you're laying under the carriage over there.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
We are not teasing you, really, but it is cute.
I know. My relatives are saying, don't use this again, but I just like the Mission Inn all lit up because it reminds me of previous years.
I like it.
But I would be curious because I've done like sessions with people all over the country. I worked for the press enterprise. I was in media for like 43 years. And I've done like legal sections where you have a lot of people and they mute everyone and have a speaker panel, but 900 people? What kind of venue were you in?
The host has control. Whoever
Right.
hosts a meeting, they can control, they can mute everybody, which is the only way to do it. And then you can select, you can say the participant can unmute or not, or mute or not. And so you just have to be able to control that stuff.
I'm just curious because I'm learning so much. And the thing about 2020 is just learning so much about how to do things online. And I've done a lot of like garden plant tours where everybody's kind of muted until they open it up for questions. And it's really been interesting to be able to virtually tour gardens. I mean, some of which I've toured before. I've been like a volunteer host at a garden in Beverly Hills, but to just do it virtually, it's a lot different, and yet it's the same. So I'm just curious, and I've done some conferences as well that have been all virtual, but 900, I don't think we've ever had 900 in a conference. So it's amazing what's possible.
Yeah.
That becomes more like a webinar where you can allow people to instead of simply type in their questions, they can quote, raise their hand and then select them and they can talk. And then you can also control how other people view what you're seeing in terms of pinning someone onto the screen or spotlighting someone on the screen. So yeah, there's a lot that Zoom has evolved in the last year for that.
It had
to. When we've got maybe, we had at most, I think 16, maybe 20 people on this one. I think 16 was the most we had on the screen. For the 50-year reunion, we had, I think 25, maybe 30. There again, I can mute everybody. It's like, just let it be free form and we'll deal with the talking over once in a while. But for the most part, it's like, 900 would be more like a webinar and it'd be strictly managed. This is free form.
It works good.
But the Zoom has made a lot of changes and upgraded a lot. There's Teams, there's GoToMeeting, there's all the other ones. I like Zoom best. I just think it works. With Teams, you really can't get this many people on. You can't get. You can get probably with Zoom you can actually see all of the people. You have to scroll between the screens, but like what I have a dual screen. I have the tile view of everybody on this side, and I have the speaker on this side. So it's kind of nice. It automatically. I have it set up to where the speaker populates the screen on my right, and then everybody else is on the left. Of course, a lot of other applications do that too, but Zoom works really well.
If nothing else, we're not becoming obsolete. We're learning new technology, and we can keep up with our kids and our grandkids because our grandkids are in school doing this kind of stuff.
I say every time when you learn something new, it can't be something you know, but when you learn something new, it helps with Alzheimer's. So if you
It's something like that, I forget what it's called.
And so you can't learn something new about something that you already know in that field. You have to try a new field, and like if learn how to play guitar or the accordion or something. If you don't do that, it helps stave off Alzheimer's.
Make neural connections. You're making new neural connections. Yeah.
I hope so.
So everybody's been healthy so far?
Breathing.
Yep.
We don't know. I mean, we don't know of anybody in our class necessarily who has had it. No one's reported it that we're. But I'm sure that everybody knows. Perhaps not everybody. A lot of people may know others who have had it, family or friends that they're acquainted with.
Rob and Linda had it really bad.
Oh, they did.
Really? Who did? What?
Rob and Linda Davis. They had it really, really bad.
So
Oh,
Linda Brady from our class and Rob Davis from 69.
And
right.
Rob is much better. Linda's still pretty sick, but she'll be okay.
God, my
But-
God.
My neighbors both had it, and it was scary for her because she has COPD and lupus and a bunch of things. And so she and her husband both got it, and they're both over it.
Yeah.
And they asked the health department, well, do we go get retested? And they went, no, because you'll test positive again.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess you test positive for a while after you have it.
I think 3 months. I heard 3 months.
Wow.
Like a drug test.
But you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing they're finding is a lot more people, or they're discovering that even if you have it and you quote recover, you still have long-term lingering effects that don't go away, like with your lungs.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how bad you have it. Some people I know that have had it just had like the sniffles. And then my husband has 2 nieces in Utah that signed up to go get tested, and the line was too long, so they left, and they got results in the mail saying they tested positive.
Oh.
Wow.
They never took the test.
Yeah, I heard about
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's
That's
some
strange.
crazy stuff going on.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It's
That's
not the first time I've heard about that, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Wow, Linda, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll say. Can you imagine? You didn't even have this swab stuck up to your brain, and then you go home and they tell you tested positive.
That's
That really gives you pause.
It gives me more than that, but I won't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to keep politics out of this. But
You know, when we have our happy hours, you know, during the summer, we have a rule: no politics. And if you do politics, you're kicked out. You can't come back. So
Yeah, I will mute you. I will ban. No, it's just like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it's like, yeah, we don't want to go there. In fact, I actually thought of after the November 3rd election, I thought, well, maybe when things settle down, I could have 2 different sessions. Those who support candidate A, those who supported candidate B, each talk about their stuff. It's like, we're still not resolved. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. So just we'll deal with it later.
Hysterical, Steve.
Let's just all be adults and realize that people have different opinions.
Yeah, and a lot of it has been talked about, this, you know, tribalism, where it's like where, you know, tribe A thinks that everybody in tribe B is evil and what needs to be destroyed. It's like, no, it's really not that way. And if we just kind of tone it down and still deal with each other as human beings.
So
and
Rob Davis is the opposite affiliation than me, but we always say we have different ideas, but we all want the same thing. And we do. We all want the same thing. So that's it.
And it's searching for those points of commonality and shared values that we can say, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, I agree.
All want the same thing.
Steve, have you ever considered running for office? You're so organized and scientific. I would think that you might be good for that. I think you might.
Smarter than that.
I worked for state government for 21 years, and after 17 years, I was booted into something else, and it was pure politics. And it's like, no, I don't need to do that.
You learned, okay, all right.
Oh, everybody wants me for our we have a HOA here. Everybody wants me to run. I'm on some committees, but technology committees. Everybody wants me to run for director and stuff like that. No freaking way. No way.
Yeah, you can be everyone's enemy by being president of the
That's
HOA.
the way it is.
It's the opposite of the old what's his name, Vincent Peale. How to win friends and influence people. It's how to lose friends and distance alienate everybody.
Get
Thankless
your
job.
tires flattened.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering what Stephen's cat's name is. He added the group, but he hasn't been talking much.
Oh,
The kitty?
This
I
is
see the
Miss
cat.
Kitty. who
Stephen's
showed
got a
up
kitty, I
my
think.
office
Kitty in there.
Only during Zoom meetings.
And I'm so hard of hearing. I'm the deaf one in the group. What did he say?
This is Miss Kitty, and she only comes into my office during Zoom meetings.
Okay.
Only
Moderator.
Zoom meetings.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll be
that's
there.
funny.
Good companions.
Our dogs have settled down because Krista's over there eating something, and they're both next to the counter waiting for food to fall off.
Out from heaven.
Otherwise, they were making noise beforehand. I had to mute and turn the sound off so you wouldn't hear them growling and playing with each other.
Well, that way you don't have to have a Roomba if they're cleaning up what gets dropped.
We spray end dust on one and then push her around the floor.
Is she a long-haired cat?
Is she long-haired? She asked.
Long-haired cat?
Oh, Miss Kitty? No, she's short hair.
Okay.
She was.
Oh.
We got her to be a barn cat.
Oh, perfect.
You can see how well that's worked out.
Yeah, she wanted to come inside.
Well, if her name's Miss Kitty, you need to get her a Matt Dillon too.
Or a Chester.
Yeah, Chester.
Yeah.
Or a Festus or somebody.
And I would kind of like to know what beautiful Elizabeth is sipping on. It looks whiskey-ish, or I don't know. It looks yummy.
Right now,
Heineken.
Is what?
it's Heineken.
So
Oh.
a regular Heineken, not the no alcohol Heineken.
No, this has alcohol in it. Trust me.
Just a little.
So let me show you the glass I was drinking out of. Who's heard of despair.com?
Despair?
No.
Despair. They do demotivational posters. This is called their point of view glass. And what it has is things that say the glass is half full.
Oh, how fun.
The glass is half empty. That's the pessimist. The pragmatist says the glass is neither half full nor half empty.
Right.
The idealist says if we could make, what does it say? I can't read it backwards here, but cold fusion from it. And this is the communist says that we could, the conspiracist says, I don't know what it says. What does it say here? Anyway, my favorite one is back here where it says, oh, there's the communist. Here's the capitalist. We could make a lot of money if we printed glasses like that and sold them. Here's the one here, the sexist. This one right here. This glass ain't gonna fill itself, honey bun.
Oh. Clink, clink, clink.
I like it.
So this is a pint glass for when I have an attitude, and I've got to choose which one it is.
I like that.
Cute. That's a cute one.
That's great.
Mine
So
has
are these like
Yeah.
online, available online to buy?
Yeah. So let's see, Janet left. She said goodbye. She's wishing happy New Year too. So yeah, we come and go, but I won't stay on forever tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go have some dinner.
And my glass is empty the second time. The first time I was 7-Up in bourbon or whiskey.
Mine's empty as well.
Yes, right.
Good for you.
Call for the cocktail waitress, Steve.
No, yeah, no. I will not do that.
Oh,
I know.
I didn't mean Krista.
Smart man.
So Steve, is your glass available online then? I
It
like
could
the.
be, yeah.
I like
Just
the
go
style.
to despair.com.
Despair.com. I love it.
Check it
Yeah.
out.
They
I
sell
know.
posters and calendars and shirts.
Like
and stuff like that.
2020 seasonal merchandise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off, everybody. It's so nice to see you. Everybody.
Just you and Diana especially. Tell Diana it was good to see her too.
It was. She's making some dinner for us. So for me. So anyway.
Nice
it's
to
really
see you,
good to see you
Daryl.
guys.
Nice to see you.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to get together in person. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after the first of the year.
All right.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Okay.
Take care, Daryl. Thanks.
To meet in person again, to see crowds. Crowds are starting to look strange. You know, you see videos of concerts past. I've never liked crowds, and I'm kind of a hermit too. So being
Yay. Yay, hermit.
isolated, yeah, being isolated isn't that much of a problem. But I miss going out. I do miss it.
I get
I
my
think everybody does.
I get my fix every week at Walmart going to go grocery shopping.
Oh, God.
The last time I went, at stores, somebody will say, "Excuse me," and I'll say no, just to see if they're paying attention, you know. And this girl says, she caught it and she laughed, and then she came back to me and she says, "You know, I wasn't saying excuse me because I was in your way. I was saying excuse me because I farted." I roared, and then she said, "No, I didn't. I'm just joking." You know, we both just roar. It's like, oh, this is entertainment. You go to the grocery store for entertainment. You know,
Yes, there are some advantages to masks then, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. I wear my designer perfume to the grocery store. Okay.
What?
I wear my really good perfume to the grocery store.
There you go.
I wear it. But anyway, I just want to say there's two people on here I've known since the 3rd grade. Jeannine and Linda.
Yep.
Yep. And do you know that Jeannine she won the prize last year for our farthest person away. She drove her was it a Harley, Jeannine?
That year it was a Harley. I have a Victory Vision now, and I went out in summer of 19 to Temecula for a convention. Did not recognize any road, couldn't find Magnolia. My GPS went out. The heat was 116 going back out across the desert. Flagstaff is unrecognizable. And I wanted to go up 395. I couldn't, all those earthquakes and things. I thought, let me out of here. So I saw the bike, and I would still like to come out and take one more trip. I'm older, you know. I go in a ditch now and they say, "What are you doing by yourself, lady?" You know, don't ever say that to me. No. Yeah, but I did come out on the bike, and I do appreciate getting a little work. I was very proud of that. I was really proud of that.
Well, she won the person that came the farthest, I think. And she drove her motorcycle all out there all the way by herself.
Well, I didn't carry it. You're right. I didn't carry it. That's one of my standard jokes. One of the other fellows that was at the reunion, there were 900 of us, 800.
Yeah.
And I was the youngest one in class. So my husband, my bartender, has just shown up. Chin chin. He likes to collect Jack Daniels stuff. But the one fella came up to me and says, "Oh, you got a bike, huh? You got a Harley, huh?" He says, "Well, I've got 3 of them at home in the garage." And I thought, well, what good is that going to do? You live here and you couldn't. Anyway, different attitude, but.
Or the people that trailer them.
We've never had one. If my bike's on a trailer, call 911 because somebody.
That's right, because it's been stolen.
It'll never happen. I hope not. You know, I hope I have another good year of riding. I'm getting older. At some point, knowing when to quit.
And I've got new tires on my dual sport, and I hope that I hope I outlive them.
Yeah.
Well, my husband just sold his Harley this past year, but he just bought Clarice, which is a 67 El Camino. So, that's his new baby.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's got 4 wheels instead of 2.
Yeah.
Well, in Arizona and Mexico, I think they finally, Steve may know, they finally done a lot of work on Interstate 40, so it makes it safer for people to ride their motorcycles on the Interstate 40.
Yeah, it's not the road; it's the net buckets out there on it.
Yeah.
The trucks.
You know, I didn't have
buckets.
trouble old And the desert is so beautiful. You just look and keep looking, and that's my type of scenery. When I downtown, getting 91, Marlon Pound said, 91. Well, no, it was a nightmare getting out of town. I don't know. I miss Riverside. I do, but it's not there anymore. There's another kitty, I think.
Yeah.
I think it is a kitty. No? My business, get the glasses on. I'm drinking now. Okay. I like cats. Cats are so easy to take care of. Oh, a fluffy one.
This one.
That's a dog.
This is a
very fluffy dog.
is a dog.
Oh.
She's a Karen. The dog I deserve.
I like pets. I like animals. I really do.
Yep, I do.
Go out to the ranch and meet my guard dogs. Zor's 150 pounds. He weighs more than I do.
What is he?
Central Asian Shepherd.
Ooh.
Really? I'll have to look that up.
It's interesting though.
Thought you were going to say a Mastiff or something.
No, he's got sheep, so he needs a shepherd.
These guys were bred to eat wolves and bears.
Oh, wow.
And protect sheep.
Yeah.
Interesting. My wife actually herds sheep for sport, border collies. It's one of the reasons we're up here. And the guardian dogs sleep in the corrals with the sheep. And these big, massive dogs go tootling through, and the sheep will kind of just get out of their way. But if they see one of the black and white border collies, the sheep snap to attention and start moving.
Wow.
13-year-old dog goes out, and she just stands there, and they'll just, okay, boss, we know where we're going.
Wow.
So you know the difference between the two types of the two breeds or types of dogs that have been trained to do, to protect or to herd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my big boy, he'd much rather be on his back, legs up in the air, getting his belly rubbed.
Sure.
But if you don't belong there, it sounds like holy hell is breaking loose.
Listen, boys and girls, I'm going to go. I wish you all a happy new year. And it was good to see you guys.
Linda, it was so great to see you on here.
I know. And we live so far apart, Beth.
I know.
Neighbors, right? Okay.
Close.
Do you know my phone number?
No.
Okay. Well,
You going to give it to me?
okay, 951
Okay.
3244.
Call
Wait, I've lost part of 951 what?
323
Okay.
3244.
Okay.
I'll bleep this out of the recording, Beth.
And I'll
No one's gonna watch it. We've been on for a couple of hours. It's like I don't think anyone's gonna watch it this far. Or
I used to walk home from school with Linda.
yeah.
That's right.
From Mountain. Yeah.
10:15 here. Good night, guys. Steve, thank you again. Beth, thank you again for reminding me. You should see me trying to tap into this thing. It was a riot.
I think you did an awesome
I'll
job.
see you next time, whenever
Good.
next time is.
Good to
Oh,
have
I
you.
got
Jeannine. Appreciate it.
You guys take it easy.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. There's got to be
Thank you,
some way
nice
out to
seeing you,
hit
everybody.
a next. How
Oh my
about
God.
that? Leave me.
Bye.
Okay,
High or buy?
I'm gonna take off too. We have for California, we have a storm coming in that's supposed to be like maybe
Yes.
the rain. It's the first of the season, so I need to go outside and check a couple things and see if I'm ready for rain. We've only had rain like, gosh, a month ago for a little bit, so this is like the first significant the storm, and like 12 to 18 inches of snow in the mountains. So For us, that's a lot.
I haven't been paying attention to the weather, so I'm just pulling it up now to see what to expect the next, in the coming week. We still got a little bit of snow out here, and but it looks like, just 10-20%. So whatever's going to hit you won't hit us here in New Mexico. So
Yeah, ours is just this. I think it's coming from up north, and it's kind of the first
down.
real storm of the season. So and of course we're kind of weather wimps, so it's kind of a big deal. And plus we have a lot of areas that were burned and fires, and so there's concern about mud flows and things like that. So
Well, stay safe.
okay.
Gail.
And Beth, I'll see you on the street in Riverside sometime. I don't know when, but sometime soon. Good to see you all.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Figure out how to go. Bye. Oh, great tree. Now I can see it bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Pictures
love
work.
that. It's the best looking tree I've seen. It's the second best tree I've ever seen.
Oh, Beth is great.
It is. That's a huge compliment. It really is. It's better than what I've done. There's one artist friend did an even better tree, but
Well, you're
it
so
was
creative.
different. Oh, well, takes one to know one.
Yeah.
Look at you. That.
Mhm. I have some more pictures too, but I won't bore you.
Oh, come on, Beth. Keep the illusion, please.
Let me see. Let's see. Virtual background. Okay, you go down here.
Virtual background the whole night.
Okay. Okay. This is that's that one. Okay. This is one that's closer up. Okay. See all the packages under the tree?
Not yet. Hasn't changed. Gotta add it. There you go. Yeah.
Now here's a cup of coffee and here's a cell phone. I get a big kick
Oh,
out of
Steve. Here's Steve's got Shasta behind him. Where's that Lassen?
That should be hopefully Shasta.
Shasta. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, I want to see. I don't see Shasta. Oh, I got to go to gallery view now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, did we lose? Oh,
Yeah.
we lost Carla.
Oh, we did?
It looks like it. Yeah. Yeah. She dropped off.
Oh, did she? It's only the three of us. Oh my gosh, that's really.
Yeah. And I'm not going to do a fake background. Sorry.
You're not? No, these aren't fake. These are real.
Well, yeah. You're changing the zoom on your webcam. I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd look and see if what else I have. Oh, this. Let's do this one. This was a project that I did for Master Gardener. I'm getting my Master Gardener, and we do it all. That's why I'm
It's a jar
so
of what?
What?
It's a jar of what?
Dirt mixed with water. You shake it up, and then you let it sit for 24 hours, and you can tell what kind of dirt you have. And we have the best dirt here in Riverside, believe it or not. We have a combination of loam and clay mixed together, which is the best, actually.
You're talking to a geologist and a geophysicist.
I know. I'm saying. So it's kind of fun. I'm so glad to be in that program. I'm meeting more people that are like me, plant lovers. And have you ever heard of the word biophilia?
You're in love with the earth or biology.
Yes. Well, plants communicate with us, and I'm very close to plants.
Animal, mineral, vegetable. Yes.
Then you like my garden out here. We've got about a 1/4 acre garden.
Oh, I'm sure I would love it.
Steve, with your garden, I think that reminded me of my middle brother, Dwayne, who went to UCR, and my dad, because they used to have a garden project on the southwest side of 60 coming to town, where the underpass goes up towards the barn at UCR. And he had I'm thinking it's about 50 by 100-foot garden. And I still have the plow or pieces of the plow that my dad had to plow the furrows. He planted corn and squash and
Wow.
peas and all that kind of stuff out there. And so you've got how big is your garden plot?
About 150 square.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So I thought of my dad and my brother doing that because my dad was a big gardener.
Well, if somebody likes squash, if you saw the pictures of all the squash in my driveway, only so much squash you can eat.
Squash, you got to pick it small because it gets too big, then you have more than you can eat, and it's not as good as when it's small.
These are the hard winter squash, the pumpkin family.
Oh, okay.
I have some of those that were 20, 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they grow beautifully, but there's only so much squash you can eat. And the only thing live out in the garden right now is kale.
Oh.
Get down to 14 degrees tonight,
Wow.
so maybe we'll take it.
Wow.
Not one of my favorites, but that's okay.
Yeah, get the fresh leaves and boil it like spinach.
Yeah.
But I think we ate kale this many times, and I have probably right now I could probably pick a wheelbarrow or two's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Still have potatoes in the ground though.
Okay. Okay. But you can mulch the kale then, can't you? If you don't eat it?
Yeah, I'd pull it out and throw it to the goats.
Oh, okay. So you have sheep and goats.
I got goats for weed control originally. We have a lot of star thistle and some other nasties.
Mm-hmm.
Goats are actually very picky. And my goats are big enough, you could probably put a saddle on a couple of them.
We have a goat herder out here in north central New Mexico that does weed control. So she'll take them and they weed control, they fertilize, and they break up the soil with their hooves. So it's all good.
Yeah, they have a personality. Sheep are stupid, lambs have a negative IQ. Half the ones that have ended up in the meat locker have volunteered for it because they run into a fence at a high rate of speed. And the fence has been there every day of their life.
Wow.
So any idea why biblically, the chosen ones are considered to be sheep and the rebellious ones are considered to be goats?
Goats have their own mind, and they don't
follow.
My goats will follow me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Half the stuff, more than half the stuff I've heard or read about ranching and animals has not turned out to be true, or in our area, or the critters I have. Like my ram, big ram. If you whistle, he'll come for you. If you scratch his head, he'll wiggle his butt. They always tell you never turn your back on a ram because they're just waiting for a chance to bowl you over. Yeah.
Well, he's a pet, too.
No. I did not get him as a pet, but I'm pretty sure he may have been somebody's 4-H project originally.
Okay.
But even in 4-H, you usually don't keep intact rams because they have a reputation of being nasty, and so far none of my rams have been nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say the goats they'll sample everything. Love my gloves, my jacket, but they just like to sample and get salt off of things. And they'll turn their nose up at things unless they're really hungry. So when I want them serious weed control, I'll fence them off in an area and, okay, guys, that's all you get to eat.
Starve them, yeah.
Yes.
Eat your vegetables before you get dessert.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as it starts raining, the goats make a beeline to the sheds,
Good, yeah.
their dog houses. They do not like to get wet.
Sheep?
Sheep will just,
Stand.
they have flannel and fur coats.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, well, I'm glad I was able to make one of these.
Yeah, well, glad you were too. I mean, I got your either your message that you were going to join. You joined and then you dropped out because you had to go eat dinner, but then you came back in. That was good.
I had everything scheduled except this afternoon, the neighbor came up, called and said, hey, we're starting to work on the fence.
Yeah.
Okay, and we work until it gets too dark or no longer can feel your fingers. But it's fun. Okay, I'm out there with a parka, flannel line work pants, and they give me shit. Some are at 105. I'm out there pounding fence posts and they're melting.
They're wilting. They're wilting.
80 degrees. They just, yeah. And then the old guy gets cosmic karma points. Because I could still hold my own with the youngsters out here. And actually being small, I fit on a lot of projects better. Like we moved a barn, metal horse barn. And of course I was up in the rafters because I want to fall through the steel sheetings.
Well, stay active. That's the best medicine right now is just do what you can to stay.
Pounds lighter since I moved from Riverside and have muscles the way I hasn't seen since college.
Yeah, yeah, no.
I throw a bale of hay, not very prettily, but I could throw hay bales. And I thought I was retired. Okay, gang. Take care, Steve. I love your house.
Oh, thank you. Come back and visit whenever you're back here. Stop by. If you had your COVID vaccine, you're welcome to come and visit.
I'm waiting for my turn.
Yeah, I am too. We all are.
Yeah,
I hope we all are. I hope we take advantage of it too.
Yeah.
Okay, take care all.
Okay.